Hello everybody, it's the Bricklord here, back with another video, and yes, I know it has been a long time since I have posted anything. It's been like almost a month since my last video, which, yeah, I know, it's been a while. And I definitely have my reasons for that, but I think I will save that for a separate video that I will post soon after this one is uploaded, because I don't want to take up too much time in this video, which will probably already be a fairly long video. Just know I do have my reasons, and I'm definitely sorry for not having had time to post, but I'm definitely super excited to get back in the swing of things, and we just got, as of today, this morning for me, we got the new Ninjago 2022 sets revealed, and so I can't wait to just dive into this, give you all my in-depth thoughts, and talk about all these sets and everything great about them. And then at the end of this video, I will also do a little bit of a buyer's guide as well. But yeah, so that's everything for this video. And without holding up any more time here in the intro, we will go ahead and dive right in. Alrighty here, and the first set I will talk about is Lloyd's Ninja Mech. And my plan is to just go from smallest to largest sets. And yeah, Lloyd's Ninja Mech. Okay. It's the 4 plus set of the wave. And yeah, I am definitely not the target demographic for this set. These 4 plus sets are definitely not for me. This one, it's been compared a lot to the 4 plus Jay's mech that came out, was it last year or last wave? This set's only a little bit better, but that's not saying a whole lot. The only thing I can really say that's pretty good about this set is the consistent good green color scheme, be it that green is pretty much like my favorite color or one of them. But yeah, besides that, this set is really not all that good. I don't have much to say because, once again, it's not for me, and it's just not one that I'm planning on picking up for sure. But if you are somebody watching this that has a youngin', or you are young and you're in this target demographic for this age range, great, it's probably a good set. It is clocking in at a $10 price, which is good because it is on the affordable side. Alrighty, and moving on to our next set is going to be Zane's Power Up Mech EVO for $10. And alright, with the name, let me explain, and I think if you've watched anybody else's videos on these, they've explained it, but what does EVO mean? EVO stands for evolution, and as for why, well, let me get into it just a little bit. I will try to only explain it for 1 or 2 sets, just because I don't want to explain it over and over. But here on the back of the box, it kind of shows the image of the set as it's kind of being built, and it shows like different stages where it's built most of the way, and then unlike Zane's mech here, then you can add like the armor, and then you can add like the armor and the weapons and power it up, and it kind of evolves, the evolution as meant by the EVO. So that's kind of the whole deal with the EVO at the end of some of the titles of these sets. But yeah, as for this set, oh boy, I really, really like it. I know this set has kind of got hated on a little bit because they complain that it's a small mech. Well, if anybody has watched my channel for a while and knows me, I really love the small mechs. This set definitely reminds me of the good old days of Ninjago, back to season 2 of the final battle, where back then we got a $10 set that was Kai's Fire Mech, and this set definitely reminds me of it, and that is absolutely great. That Kai's Fire Mech is one of my favorite sets from season 2, and this set is just like it. I like it a lot, and I'm glad it's not for Kai. I'm glad it is for a different ninja, and it's awesome. So yes, this one is definitely a winner, and for $10, it's so affordable. It's a great set. Just good features, good detail. I mean, of course, it's not the largest and absolutely most detailed because it's $10, but it's affordable, and what we get for $10 I think is great. It's a fun mech, and yeah, it definitely brings back lots of nostalgia for me. So all in all, I definitely think it's a great set, especially if you're on a budget, and even if you're not, I think it's a great set. You get good figures, And yeah, it's overall great. And thinking on figures, this is something just for later. I will take a look at all the ninja suits and the villain figures closer to the end of this video, right before the buyer's guide, so I don't stop in the middle of talking about every set for that. So yeah, overall though, a great $10 Zanes mech. Definitely excited for this one. Okay, and moving on to our next set here is Jay's Thunder Dragon EVO for $20. And okay, this is an interesting set. The whole EVO originally made me think it was going to be very mechanized and robotic, and so I was expecting this to be kind of more of a robot dragon. It's definitely not. It's definitely living, but it still has kind of the evolution features, where it has different stages and everything like that. But overall, as for this set, it's fine. It's a $20 dragon, which this is another one where people have kind of been just hating on it, and complaining about it, that there's not too much going on. And yeah, there's not all that much going on. I still think it looks pretty good. I mean, is it one of Ninjago's best dragons? Absolutely not. But for its interesting color scheme, where it's the J blue and then that nice light powder yellow, which we really hardly have ever seen that color used. I think that it's pretty interesting in that sense. And this dragon, as well as Kai's Fire Dragon EVO, which is another set from this wave, these dragons very much give me a Hero Factory Invasion from Below, if anybody remembers that line of Hero Factory. Invasion from Below vibes, just the way the dragon heads are with those jaws. It really gives me that kind of vibe, which is not a bad thing because those were pretty interesting from the wave of Hero Factory that they came from. But back on to the topic a little bit more, I don't think it's a terrible dragon set. Is it one of the best? For sure not. But for $20, again, limited budget, not a bad set to pick up. And like I said, unique color scheme. Overall, though, is there that much you can do? No, but is it pretty good? Yes. And in that sense, I think it's a okay set. Not great, but definitely not bad. And moving on to our next set here is Kai's Fire Dragon EVO, clocking in at a $30 price point. And so it's $10 more than Jay's Thunder Dragon EVO, which we just talked about. And it does have a few more pieces, so that makes sense. But as for Kai's Fire Dragon EVO, as I mentioned with Jay's, a lot of similarities though, besides the obvious difference of color scheme and a few more parts. Definitely, once again, Invasion from Below vibes, just with that lower jaw piece on these dragons, which again is not a bad thing. And also the EVO, back when we were just getting speculations of these with like the set descriptions, I definitely had thought this was going to be a robot dragon, just the way EVO had made it sound. But it's obviously not. It's a living one. But again, it does have the evolution features where there's different stages and stuff like that. But yeah, personally, I don't know if I like this one better than the Jay's Thunder Dragon. I mean, the Jay's Thunder Dragon color scheme is unique, and I do like that powder yellow, but I think my like love of the color of red is making me like this set just a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, overall, pretty good set. Like I said, a lot of similarities to Jay's Thunder Dragon EVO. They're basically duplicates in a way, which one's just a little bit bigger, but probably not by all that much. Again, not a terrible dragon. Is it one of the best? Absolutely not. But is it terrible? No. And again, if you're on a budget, I think that this is another potential good pickup, being only $30. So I think overall, a pretty good dragon. I guess also, depending on color scheme, Jay's or Kai's might be your choosing point, versus, coming down to color. I mean, one's a little more pricey, so if that's your option. But overall, though, they're pretty much the same besides their obvious color difference. So that would be up to the personal preference at that point. Overall, though, not a terrible set, but definitely not one of the best either. And moving on to our next set here, this is one that I am personally pretty excited for, and it is Lloyd's Race Car EVO, clocking in at $30. So another $30 set from this wave of them for Ninjago, which is always a plus for people on a budget. But yes, Lloyd's Race Car EVO. Wow, I like this set personally. This is another set that's been getting a lot of backlash, and I don't know why. I mean, people are like, well, Lloyd had a car already in season 8. Yeah, season 8 was like how long ago? I mean, and personally, I think this one is better. I know, unpopular opinion, but I think this one is better. It has a cooler look, in my opinion. It's a very sports car, rally car like design, which is awesome. And then Lloyd being my favorite ninja and green being my personal favorite color, and it's in a rally race car design. I mean, is there really anything wrong with this set? The only thing, my minor nitpick, is I really don't like the hood with like the stud shooters being right there blocking the windscreen. Sorry about that. But yeah, otherwise though, I think this set is excellent. I mean, and I guess the villains have a little like throwaway Mario Kart like go-kart like thing, which whatever. But the main focus of this set is of course the excellent race car, which I think is just awesome. I mean, again, totally unpopular opinion, and if you guys completely disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. And I know that I might be filled with unpopular opinions throughout this video, but I definitely love Lloyd's Race Car EVO. I think it's an amazing set. Love design, love the colors. I mean, overall, there's hardly anything wrong with this set, and for me, it's an absolute win. And $30, affordable. Yes, awesome. Overall, it's amazing. I recommend getting this one. And moving on to our next set here is Jaynias Race Car EVO, clocking in at $50. So this is a substantial jump forward in price compared to the rest of the sets that we have looked at so far in this video. But yeah, Jaynias Race Car, I really like it. It's very, very similar to Lloyd's, which, as I mentioned, the rally car, race car, very sports car-like design. I definitely like it. The only thing, once again, I really don't like is kind of the stuff right there by the hood with the stud shooters. I think it kind of takes away from the sports car, rally car design, but that's such an easy modification that I brush it off. As for the colors, the blue looks nice. The only thing I can say is they call it Jaynias, and it's really only J's. I mean, the only part of this that is actually Nia's is the very back part, which is the glider for her, which, yeah, I mean, a little lacking on the splitting the vehicle for the two of them. It's really definitely a J's car, which is fine. And once again, people have backlashed this set from the moment it got released with the images where they're like, oh, well, I don't like the design. Oh, well, it's another J car. Like, come on, people. It's something different. Yes, it is another J car, but J is very popular. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And overall, it's really cool. And thing about this set that a lot of people like, and it's something that they don't do as often as they should, is it's a two-sided set. There's a good guy vehicle with the car for Jay and Nia, and there is actually a bad guy helicopter or snake villain army helicopter, whatever you want to call it. The enemy's helicopter. Is it the best helicopter? No. But is it great to have two sides to the set? Absolutely. And helicopters aren't super frequent in Ninjago anyway, so is it all that bad? Absolutely not. And so yeah, overall for this set, again, I don't understand the backlash, why people, let's give it a little bit of a rest here. There's not any major reasons to hate on this set. And overall, I think it's a pretty good set. And $50 kind of seems a little steep. I guess I definitely need to see these two things in person in my hands to really get a price to volume of stuff. But I would have preferred to see this at 40, but again, that'll have to be a in-hand thing to really make a full decision if the price was actually worth it. But overall, though, pretty good looking set. Definitely excited for this one personally. Okay, and moving on to our next set here is Lloyd's Legendary Dragon, clocking in at $70. And okay, besides the junior set, this is probably on the lower end of the sets, like as far as how much I like or enjoy it. I don't know, something about this dragon I just don't totally love. I mean, I guess it's maybe the dark blue on the underside. It just really does not blend with the very nice green above. But yeah, I don't know. This Lloyd's Legendary Dragon is okay. I also know another thing that many people have mentioned is he's kind of on the chunkier side, a little chunky monkey in a way. Um, a little different for the Ninjago dragons, which it's interesting. It gives the dragon a little bit of flair, but just again, I don't know. The color scheme, I think, is what kind of is messing with me. I don't really totally love it. I mean, it's not a terrible dragon, and it's pretty substantial in that sense. So I think price to volume of stuff is looking pretty good. Like it's gonna probably be very sizable. I mean, just looking at it, the wings look pretty darn huge. So, I mean, in that sense, it's all good. And, on paper, parts and everything and price, like it all is good. I don't know. Just personally, the design of it does not totally appeal to me. And maybe it's something that, again, I have to have in hand and see it in person to really have the best and full analysis. But if you're somebody who does like the design of it, I think that if the $70 is affordable and you do like it, I think it's definitely a great dragon in that sense. So, not totally my favorite set from this wave, but again, if you like it, I think that it's a good value, good large looking set, and a pretty decent dragon build overall. And moving on to our next set. If you can't tell, I'm pretty excited by this one, and that may surprise some of you if you guys watched my video about the leaked descriptions of these sets. But we are talking about the Ninja Ultra Combo Mech, and this retails for $90. And okay, so in the video with regarding the set descriptions, they said that this was going to be very colorful, and my OCD was going, oh no, oh no, oh no, there's going to be too much going on. But seeing this set in full HD images, I definitely like it. Yes, there's a lot of color, but it all works. It's very organized in that sense, and I just definitely love it. And I mean, it's a big mech. It's cool, and it's going to be probably very substantial. But then, that's not all. This mech, and it was kind of predictable what it would do, but this mech is awesome. It splits into 4 separate vehicles. Yes, 4 separate vehicles. We get a smaller, just overall mech for Kai. We get a kind of jet, kind of glider-ish plane for Jay, which is, I mean, not super original, but I love the dark blue color scheme of it, so it's cool. Cole gets this double drilled earth vehicle, which is just awesome. And then Zane gets like this tank kind of like tracked, almost like ramming, kind of heavy armored like vehicle, which is just awesome. I mean, this is such an awesome set. So you get the 4 main ninja and you get a vehicle for each, or you can make this humongo mech. Like, I mean, it's an awesome idea, an awesome set. It was executed just so well. I mean, there's just so much to love with this set. Definitely, definitely recommend this set. You just get so much bang for your buck with this. I mean, yes, it is $90, but I mean, you get a lot. And if you like the mech as a whole, I would recommend getting it. If you like any of the vehicles that split off from the mech, I would recommend getting it. Overall, I would recommend getting it. It's an awesome set. So much detail, so many features. It's just an overall awesome set for this Ninjago 2022 wave. And this is our final set for this video, and it was definitely saving the best for last. It is the Ninja Dojo Temple, clocking in at a $100 price point, which that is just amazing for the amount of stuff you're getting. The price per piece is just off the charts great, and the price to volume of stuff is looking incredible, and this set looks gorgeous. As a few other people have stated, this definitely reminisces and looks a lot like and has a lot of similarities to the amazing Season 3 Battle for Ninjago City Temple of Fortitude, and I definitely see that. There's also definitely hints and kind of some reminiscent stuff of the Temple of Erujitsu, and all of that though is definitely great. Those are two amazing sets, so for this to draw kind of inspiration and qualities from those two great sets is definitely a win. The colors are awesome. The architecture is great. I mean, overall, there's just so much to love with this. There's also a smaller Kai mech in this set, and then the figures are great. Overall, it's just a gorgeous set, and there's not too much for interior that we've seen yet. There's a little area on like the ground level where there's like a workshop, and then there's also like right above that a tea room that Wu was in. But we haven't seen much else for interior. But I mean, overall though, it's a gorgeous, awesome looking set, and definitely cannot wait to get this. Now, it's not going to be covered in this video because we have no images for it, and some other people have mentioned. Now, there was rumors of an expansion to this set that is like $40. That'll be released in March. That is not now, but I definitely can't wait for an expansion to this. But yeah, this set though, absolutely amazing, absolutely gorgeous. Definitely, if you have the budget, I absolutely recommend this set. It's awesome. And yeah, that's all I have to say for this set. And the next thing I wanted to talk about here is the figures from this wave. Particularly, I'll want to start with the Ninja here. And the first thing I have to say is I really like the interesting use of some colors on some of the Ninja that we don't see frequently or haven't seen really. And starting on the left here with Kai, I like his torso. The top half of the leg printing is good. And the orange in the headband and the orange in the arm I think is good. The only thing I'm really not crazy about is kind of the dark orangish brown on the bottom half of the legs. I don't know. I don't totally love that. It's not terrible and it's not the worst choice, but it's not really that great either, in my opinion. As for Zane, another great Zane to just come from an Ninjago wave. Kind of that white and that light kind of powdery blue look that we've had for Zane for a while now, but it's not a bad thing because it really does look good. His torso has lots of those like ice shards, which I really like, and then there's also his power source kind of in the center of his chest there. Like I said, just another great Zane figure to come out of a Ninjago wave. Cole here, really like this Cole suit. The orange and black for the mask and headband is nothing too crazy, but I really like the torso. The one side there's kind of like the orange like rocks, which are really cool. And then there's also like the orange, I don't know, it's like body armor kind of in the center of the torso. And then the legs, there's the orange belt and then like tan legs, which is an interesting choice. I don't know. It doesn't like clash as much as like the orange does on Kai's suit for the legs. I don't know. It kind of works. And then Jay, I really like the powder yellow with the blue. Overall, he's looking pretty cool as well. And for our next lineup of figures here, we have Wu, Lloyd, and Nia. And starting with Wu here on the left, Wu's design here is very, very reminiscent of his tea shop robes from the Temple of Erujitsu set from 2015, which that's great. Those were some fan-favorited robes that Sensei Wu had, so it's nice to see a very similar design here. And if people did not get that Temple of Erujitsu set, this is a great alternative to have that kind of similar style of robes for Sensei Wu, so that's cool. As for the Lloyd figure, I really do like this suit for Lloyd. I like the regular green mask with that lime green headband and the lime green arm. There's like the lime green kind of scales, like diamonds on the one side of his torso. And yeah, I don't know. Overall, it's another great Lloyd suit in my opinion. And then as for Nia, the big controversial Nia, there was a tweet that this is not really going to be canon and there's not like a show per se, or not like a season of a show for these sets. It's going to be, I think, just shorts. So it's not confirming anything with Nia. So don't everybody like lose your minds and stuff and blah, 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 blah. As for Nia's suit, though, really like the gray, really like the blue. It's kind of the same color she's used for a little while now, but new designs. I like just everything. It really flows together nicely. Haha, I know, water pun flows. Ha 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 ha. No, overall though, it's a really good suit for Nia. Definitely great. And yeah, overall looking good. And for our next set of figures here, it is all the new villain minifigures from this wave, all these new snake villains. And I'm going to be totally honest, I'm not going to try to say that I remembered every single snake villain's name, what they were officially described as. I heard it and I know what they are, but I'm not going to try to take the time to script it out and recite it for you guys. I'm just going to call it as is. Starting in the top left, there's kind of the generic soldier looking one with the more orange in the head than the gunmetal gray, no armor or anything, just kind of, I think, the most basic as they get. The one to the right of that, though, is very gunmetal gray, has an armor plate, and has those huge gunmetal gray gloves that were like used for Karloff. I don't know if that's trying to signify that this guy is kind of more the boss-ish kind of guy. I don't know, he's the most main villain looking of them, but I don't know that there's really a specified main villain, but nonetheless, that guy looks awesome. There's a short, like, sized one with short legs and has dynamite. Then to the right of that, there's one that has like that attachment piece on his back where he has flamethrowers and extra arms. There's one now in the bottom left that has like spikes on that kind of attachment and is like a glider, I guess. And then there is the one to the right of that that actually is a glider, packed one. I don't know. Overall, they're kind of interesting, a little different, for the snake villains at least. But overall, kind of interesting color scheme. But yeah, that's it for the snake villains of this wave. And the last figure I'm going to talk about here is Pixel, and it's just going to be real quick and brief. It's cool that this is the first time we've seen Pixel since Hunted, and an awesome torso and leg design, really armored up, looking cool. Overall, though, not too much to say. Glad to see another Pixel, though. Okay, and the last thing I want to do, as I mentioned, I was going to try to do a little bit of a buyer's guide for you guys. I know this is kind of a long video, so just bear with me. I will try to keep this buyer's guide pretty brief. But yeah, overall, a pretty good wave in my opinion. As for a little bit of budgets and what you can get with certain budgets, if you are very, very limited and let's say, you don't want to spend more than $30, which is on the very like low end of budgets, which I understand if that's your situation. $10 you can get either the Lloyd's 4 Plus Mech or the Zanes Power Up Mech EVO, which I would recommend obviously the Zanes one if you're only going to get like one small $10 set. If you have $20, you could get both of those mechs, or you could get the Jay's Thunder Dragon EVO, which is it the best dragon? No, but it's definitely not bad. If you bump yourself up to $30, which I would call like the max for the minimum budget people, you get access to Kai's Fire Dragon EVO, which is a little better than Jay's, or you also get access to one of my favorite sets from this wave, the Lloyds Race Car EVO, which I think has a lot of great things and I would definitely recommend. So if you are in that like $10 to $30 price range, and also I guess with the $30 you could get like the Zane's Power Up Mech and the Kai's Fire Dragon instead of just one set. So there's a few options in that 10 to 30 price range. If you bump yourself to 50, obviously you get access to the Jaynias Race Car EVO set, or you could get like the Jay's Thunder Dragon and Kai's Fire Dragon, or Jay's Thunder Dragon and Lloyd's Race Car, or you could get Lloyd's Race Car and both of the $10 mechs, or Lloyd's Race Car and Jay's Thunder Dragon. Like, those are a few options. If you bump yourself to 70, then you get access to Lloyd's Legendary Dragon, or you could get Jaynias Race Car and Jay's Thunder Dragon, or Jaynias Race Car and both $10 mechs, so forth. That's a couple options. Or Kai's Fire Dragon, Lloyd's Race Car, and Zane's Power Up Mech, which is not a terrible option for those three being 70 together. If you bump yourself up more to $90, you get, of course, access to the Ninja Ultra Combo Mech, which I highly recommend. It's a great set. And if it is within your budget, I definitely recommend it. There's so many great things with it and just so much you can do. Or, of course, you could get a combination of some of the other sets, like the Lloyd's Legendary Dragon and maybe the Jay's Thunder Dragon, or Lloyd's Legendary Dragon and both of the small $10 mechs, something like that. Or if you bump yourself up to 100, then of course you get access to the Ninja Dojo Temple, or you can get a multitude of smaller sets, such as the Jaynias Race Car, the Lloyd's Race Car, and then, like, say, Jay's Thunder Dragon, and that's 100 right there. Or you can, mix and match some of those smaller ones. Or if you just have a flat out unlimited budget, or you can just buy the whole wave if you want. I mean, my first recommends I would get is, of course, the Ninja Dojo Temple, the Ninja Ultra Combo Mech, and then, in my opinion, the Lloyd's Race Car EVO and Zane's Power Up Mech EVO. Those are the first four I'm planning to buy, and in my opinion, those are the four best and what I would recommend to pick up as ASAP. But that's just all my opinions. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, I'm sorry I have not posted in quite a while. I will make a short video sometime after this one is posted, explaining why. But overall, though, once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing my in-depth thoughts on everything. And if you made it through this whole video, once again, you guys are champs. I know I do make slightly longer videos than a lot of Ninjago YouTubers, so I'm glad that you guys bear with me a lot of times, and I'm glad that you guys appreciate hearing what I have to say. Overall, though, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't want to keep you too much longer because I know this has been a long video. So overall, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. So bye!